Good morning, everyone. Samantha here from Memory and Valor, here with another episode of our Trench Trivia Tuesday. And today we've got some words and phrases that were popularized during the First World War, mainly with Commonwealth soldiers, and are still in use today. We're going to start with basket case. This was originally a grim military slang for a soldier who had lost all 4 limbs and supposedly had to be carried in a basket. Now, the US Surgeon General actually issued a denial in 1919. Now it just means someone barely coping. Cooties, soldiers' nickname for body lice that infected them in the trenches. The word comes from Malay kutu, which means louse, picked up by the British troops earlier in the empire and popularized. I think we're all familiar with that from, grade 2. So lousy and crummy. Lousy comes from the word louse, which is, lice, plural. Crummy was sort of what they called the little eggs, the little nits. So you were lousy and crummy, you were literally infested. On that note, chatting. If you were sitting around chatting in the First World War, that meant that soldiers were sitting around, they called lice chats, and so they were chatting meant sitting around and picking them off of your uniform, which of course you did with your buddies while talking. So the social meeting kind of stuck. So we still chat today. Over the top, of course, meant going over the parapet, getting ready to attack and go across no man's land. And now it just means sort of excessive or extreme. Pipsqueak is an interesting one. This was a small caliber German shell that made a pip and then a squeak. It became slang for anything sort of small or insignificant. 0 hour, of course, is the exact synchronized time an attack would begin, and now it means any decisive moment. Dud was a shell that failed to explode, and today it's a failure or a flop. And finally, tank. The British called their new armored vehicles tanks as a code name during development to disguise them as water tanks being shipped to Mesopotamia. The cover name just kind of stuck permanently. And now you know.